Boom, boom, kaboom. It's Newf Nukem back in the room another Tuesday night and another episode 21 to be exact of Gaming After Dark. Yes, what a lovely evening it is, and we got some pretty cool topics, but even better, we've got one of the best panels out there, and we've got a fantastic guest coming back for a renewed appearance. But anyway, let's go in and let's introduce the panel to you if you're not familiar with them already, and let's get this show on the go. We're going to start off with the GameComplainers is in the building, fresh off of Monday Night Raw. How was that, Perry?
It was an experience for sure. It smelled a lot like pot too. So there you go.
It's a not like what? Sorry?
It smelled a lot like pot down there for some weird reason. I don't know why, but I smelled a lot of things I haven't smelled ever. So there you go. That's
I guess there's a lot of smells in a stadium full of WWE fans.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Absolutely.
How's everyone doing tonight in the chat? How are you guys?
I'm doing great. We got amazing chat already, so I know they're good to go. Let's bring in Proto Foxy.
Hey, it's Tuesday night, and you know what time it is. It's time for Gaming After Dark. What's up, fellas?
I like it. Proto's got some energy already going tonight. I'm digging that. We also got from the East Coast of Massachusetts, is W1ck3D HawT coming live at us.
Hey, what's going on, boys? What's going on, chat? It's another week. It's another Tuesday. Let's get it rolling, baby. I can't fucking wait.
Joe Perry put in the chat, smell like pot and farts.
No, like pot farts.
Ugh, that's a combo for you. One makes you high, one makes you cry. Jesus. All right, we got one of the oldest cats in podcasting with us again this week, Mr. Sir X-Man's in the building. Fun times playing Battlefield the other night. Appreciate that, bro.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
The heat was on. I just missed out. I had to download the fucking game, and you're already gone.
The heat was on until it got to B1 and B2. You missed that one, Wicked. B1 and B2 were a pain in the ass.
Fiddles bounced out, and then we fucking finally captured that fucking middle B2 or whatever it was.
Dude, I ended up going to Wild Bates' house. He slapped in my SSD into my laptop, and then I didn't bring my power supply. So me being a rookie, he goes, "Hey, you think you could reallocate your drive at your house?" I'm like, maybe.
We only got one word for that, dumbass.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, baby. That's correct.
All righty, and our special guest tonight is the part that keeps Perry sane, Miss Pink Pickles.
Hey, everyone. I also was at Raw, obviously, with Perry, and he's talking about the weird smells. I don't know what this says about me, but he was sitting next to some random dude, and I could tell he was uncomfortable. And he told me it's because the guy smelled like farts. So we switched seats. Yeah, the guy sat next to me like 15 minutes, and I don't know where they went because I got up and left and never came back. So maybe I smelled worse. Who knows?
Pickles gets over, moves to the chair like.
Yeah.
Are you trying to say
he was just scared of girls?
Are you trying to say he wasn't fartastic? He wasn't fartastic?
No.
No.
He didn't make the cut.
Dude, he smelled like he shit in his pants.
On you.
Oh, Lord. Did he need a diaper for grown-ups?
I don't know, man, but it was messed up. I was like, I got to get out of this seat.
I got to run. I got to go.
I didn't enjoy Raw because my eyes were watering the whole fucking night.
Yeah, but Cabana see it. I can hear it, though. Cabana see it.
That would have been a good time to wear a mask.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Sure, dude.
Let's catch up with the chat real quick because we've got some amazing people in the house already, including our good friend of the show, Mr. Doggy Dog 420. Woof, woof. He's in the building. Good to see you, Doggy. We have also got our good brother from another mother, Mr. Frank Fazar928 is hanging out with us tonight. Good to see you here as well. We've got our first super chat of the evening. Let's get to that right away. And that comes in courtesy of Doggy Dog. He drops $1.99. Take it away, GameComplainers.
Yeah, time. Cheers, Newf panel and chat. Woo!
There we go. We got the woo.
Woo!
Woo! All right. We have also got in the house tonight. We got Cougar Man 69's hanging out with us. Good to see Cougar. We got Who else we got going on here tonight? We got iconic video games. That means Axel is in the building. We got Anthony Dahl hanging out with us tonight. What's going on, my brother Anthony? Good to see you. And I think we're caught up for the moment. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. I'm sure RWK will be here momentarily. He always is. But yeah, let's get the show on the road.
Yeah, you do that. I'm sharing this out.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So no secret, the new Battlefield is coming soon. Some people are very excited. Some people are sort of reserved about it. After the latest footage, I have to say it definitely looks like we are going back in time to a Battlefield that's certainly more familiar in terms of look and feel to a couple of the games that were the best in the franchise by many's opinion, and that was Battlefield 3 and 4. Kind of funny, Pink Pickles, I think it was your first time, I understand, I think, playing Battlefield 2042. Now, was that your first Battlefield experience?
Yes. Yeah,
So
Sir
you've
X
never
has been
played
trying
a
to get me to
prior
play
game?
for like 2 months, and I've just been busy, so I haven't played. So this weekend,
You hooked now, girl. You hooked now. You
had to
stuck.
download it, and 4 hours later, finally had to leave. But
Yeah,
You and
when
your
sit
tank
down for
driving
Battlefield,
husband.
you gotta settle in for the long haul, especially if you're playing Conquest. That shit gets quite long. So,
Oh yeah.
so I'm just curious before we kind of get right into the meeting, just like, being sort of late to the game, what was your first impression? I mean, for a lot of Battlefield hardcore, like 2042 was sort of the straw that broke the camel's back, is the version that people were kind of like they missed the boat in so many areas. Now, it still looks like Battlefield. It mostly plays like it, but they made some fundamental changes along the way. And, first of all, they got rid of the campaigns. Battlefields have always had a campaign for those of you who weren't too terribly cooked about the multiplayer. And, you can definitely tell a Battlefield has a very unique feel compared to Call of Duty. So, like, what was your takeaway from it all? Like, kind of what was your good or bad impressions from it, from what you played?
well, see, I have no clue what Battlefield's supposed to be, so I had fun playing it, right? Because I can't compare it to other Battlefields. Never played them. I also don't have any interest in playing the campaign, so it doesn't bother me at all if it doesn't exist. I play a lot of Call of Duty. Don't play the campaign there. I like playing with other people. I want to run around, shoot people. I liked the mode we were playing because that's actually one of the modes I do like in Call of Duty, where you have to just go capture the other people's base. So it's like, it's just the style of game that I like to play, because I'm really not that great at shooting games. So I like it when I don't want the point of it just to be go around do a campaign.
Well, the beauty of Battlefield, and one of the things that all the fans have always kind of liked, and I certainly like, is that it just doesn't reward you for strictly getting kills. It's rewarding you for spotting enemies. It's rewarding you for taking objectives. All these sorts of things you can get points and build
healing
up, right?
Healing,
you obviously played
a
lot of Call of Duty. So how did you find the mechanics compared to Call of Duty, which definitely is a faster paced kind of game, but definitely a lot less realistic than Battlefield?
I actually thought that shooting was a little bit easier in Battlefield. Just the way this is going to sound really dumb. I have a big problem with aiming, even though I understand that you shoot the middle of the screen. For some reason, my brain doesn't know that. So Battlefield, I just thought was a little bit easier, but then there's just random controls that I can never figure out because they're different from game to game to game. Like, I kept asking your HawT, I'm like, I'm laying down, how do I get up? I don't understand. I'm in the tank, how on earth do I get out? Right? So certain controls, I just, I'm to stand up here, I'm clicking in the right joystick, I'm hitting all these buttons I think it might be, hitting everything, the wrong ones.
Pink jumps out the helicopter. She's like, how do I get out the helicopter?
I like, don't
And
forget to pull your parachute. I told her you got to press A
man.
to pull your parachute. You put X to get out. You put A to pull your parachute. And I told her, do not hit the parachute.
Did you hit A button in time?
No. Luckily, though, he said that when
tell her in time.
He goes, "Oh, did you die?" And I was like, "No, but I definitely got injured. I was low enough that I didn't squish on the ground, but I definitely got injured from."
And I told her the one trick about Battlefield: do not jump out of the helicopter when it's on an angle to go down or backwards down, because the blades will kill you.
Nah, YOLO, bro. Jump.
But I did the classic. I throw their grenade and blow myself up, of course. And then my style
You
of
kept
play,
getting knifed. That's your
like,
thing. You were a
yeah,
target.
you guys are out there and you've got a whole technique and you're like, okay, we got to go around this way. We got to do this. And I'm just like, okay, see you at B2. I'm running for it. I'm not waiting around. I'm just going. And I don't care. I'm laying at the base of the flagpole and they take me out. It's okay because I'll respawn.
Yep. You know how many times she saved us?
Let's talk about the main topic.
I got the crate.
Battlefield. It sounds like you came away fairly pleased with what you played, which is good because maybe that'll get you excited for the new one. So Battlefield, the footage is kind of a leak. Obviously, it's in a beta stage right now, so thousands of fans have had privy to sort of playing it to kind of shape the future of the next Battlefield, and a lot is riding on this game, believe it or not. Not only for EA but for DICE and. And honestly, I'm really rooting for Battlefield this time because I think Call of Duty needs some serious competition. Call of Duty, in my personal opinion, is going downhill. Maybe some people would disagree with me on that, but I think it is. I mean, the fact that we've got fucking Ninja Turtles in Call of Duty and shit like that now tells you everything you need to know, in my personal opinion, which I have nothing against the Turtles, don't get me wrong. But to me, Call of Duty has now turned into... It's basically 4.2.0. It's fucking getting retarded. Pardon my French. And I'm just kind of fucking sick of it. And I'm also sick of having 3/4 of my hard drive fucking taken up every time I install this fucking piece of shit game. So I'm pretty much done with Call of Duty at this point, and I'm probably not even going to buy the next one. But I want to go to Wicked Hot. Hopefully you've seen some of that leaked footage. What was your impression? Did it give you a little bit of goosebumps? That old school feel? It definitely looks like Destruction is coming back, and it definitely feels like that sort of that more grounded, realistic, old school Battlefield that we love so much. What do you think?
Yeah. Initially, right off the footage, I instantly got Battlefield 4 vibes. Just more realistic, more modernized. You know what I mean? Obviously, everything's going to be better with controls and stuff like that. But this game just more or less looks like what we were expecting when we got 2042. I feel like, we've got a half-assed product that just took time to kind of get to a good place. 2042 is honestly not a bad game right now.
No,
it started out a little bit rough, but in my opinion, it's in a better place now. But I'm really excited for this. I friggin' just love Battlefields. The destruction looked dope. Everything looked nice.
Well, let me tell you,
I want to get back to that Battlefield
2042 right now are cheaper than a hooker's wet fart. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah. So obviously you're excited about it. It's probably a day one for you, I would imagine. You and probably Wild Bates.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll be getting that, and me, I'll be a medic. I'm gonna get that master medic rank in no time. I'm just gonna sit behind Sir X-Man.
IGN articles. The latest IGN article is kind of a good thing for this game because it says Battlefield fans are digging the leaks, and EA actually hasn't taken them down. Most games when a leak comes out, they're quick to strike the copyrights and to take down the videos. But apparently it isn't the case this time because the fan feedback has actually been notoriously really good so far. So what's your take on that?
I guess you could say sometimes a leak is good and sometimes a leak is bad in a sense. Or maybe they honestly might have leaked it out themselves. Maybe they're a little nervous about it considering their last game wasn't well received. They might be they might be confident in their product. I'm not ever taking that away from them, but they might just be a little nervous and they're like, hey, maybe if we just leak this out, it might have good reception. If not, maybe we can kind of fix something off the feedback. So if we do that, boom, next thing you know, it gets sent out. And I swear to God, the second it touched the internet, Sir X-Man had sent it to the chat. I'm like,
I sent it to everybody. I'm
like, what is this? I'm like, oh my God. But no, yeah.
Because you're trying to get to the beta just like I am.
Dude, yeah, I'm trying to get to the beta. But I don't even, that's all I got to say mostly on it, Newf.
We got another super chat coming in courtesy of AEC founder, Mr. Click. Take it away, Game Complainers.
What's up, panel? He says,
Vic, I hate you.
He said, "Sir X-Men, you old fart."
Oh my God.
Thanks, AEC, Mr. Click. Appreciate the support, brother.
Mr.
I'm
Click.
glad you come back and say hello and get a jab in
Salute.
at Sir X-Man. Speaking of Sir X-Man, Sir X, I'll start off with this question for you. I mean, I obviously know you're a Battlefield fan. You seem like you love the game inside and out. If somebody asked you right now, why would you pick Battlefield over COD? How would you explain that to them?
Yeah, all COD is
It's the
like
approach.
you're not really working as a team in most of the game, you know.
Right.
And in Battlefield, you know, once you get it, it takes a while for a new person to understand
Right.
how the cohesion can make you play better for the win in Battlefield. You got to really be methodical in Battlefield. But in COD, it's still pretty much who gets the most points and kills. And Battlefield in every mode, even if you play the conquest mode, you know, the one where, you know, Pink says you go to one point and hold it, you go to another point and hold it. You still got to be methodical in how you do that one.
Yeah.
With Battlefield. Because if there's a tank coming, everybody's moving. So it's like you got ground combat, real boost to the ground, and Battlefield makes you feel that way. You know, you ain't got all these crazy guns in it with all these, you know, different color schemes and all that. They reward you for that. And for your guns, you get them when you play the game. So that's what makes it so good. Plus, you get a
matches that are up, what, 64 versus 64, which is something you don't see.
Yeah, they took that away. In the new one, it's only going to be 32 on 32, like the old.
That's fine.
Way. You know,
I like that's more than enough usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus,
the 128 was a lot.
Yeah. Plus, your teams, you know, you all can spawn on each other so much better. They got it back where you can look at your team member. Now they brought that part back from Battlefield 1. You know, when they took it back to the old days, and they brought it where you see your friend and you can spawn on him if you look for them. That way you know you're spawning on one of your teammates. So you can look at him, wait till he gets out of the line of fire, tell him, get out of the line of fire, I see you, and then you can go spawn right on him. I miss that. You know, and that's the thing. Battlefield has always been about team. And
I got a question for either one of you, but I might go back to HawT. Maybe he can answer this. So with Battlefield, one thing that kind of bothered me the last few years, like with COD, you can set up private matches with your friends. Now with Battlefield, serve me, I could be wrong in this, but I remember correctly, can you do private matches on Battlefield? Do you still have to rent those fucking servers like you used to?
Ooh, I think
this one or the new one?
Better.
Well,
no,
like the current 2042, if we want to set up a private match, can we play a private match together, or do we have to
only with the AIs? Like what?
Yeah, we could do with AIs, and everybody could just fill in as much as we could.
Call of Duty does. Call of Duty does that too, or the last Call of Duty did that. I don't know.
Well, I remember on Battlefield 4, you couldn't do a private match unless you basically paid money for a server.
Yeah, they used to do that. Yeah, but
no,
I don't.
But it's nice too because when we were playing against the AI to help me learn how to play it,
the more people we had, the harder it was.
But you're still ranking up though, and you still like with Call of Duty when you're in the private matches, you're getting nothing. So it's nice with Battlefield that I'm earning like Sir X said, I'm earning the weapons as I'm playing. I'm ranking up because that's what you need. Imagine that you play with your friends all the time, and now you're still level 1. Once you go out to play versus everybody, it's horrible. And that's one of the things that I hate about Call of Duty is you're just playing against all these like sweaty 13-year-olds, and you don't stand a chance. I just want to have fun.
Battlefield's coming back. I'm not listening to what you said.
I want to touch on what he said. This is part of this whole argument too, or not the argument, but this whole topic is like Battlefield is coming back. But the thing was, like, where is the ceiling for Battlefield? Because no matter how much they've tried, no matter how many versions of the game they've had, Battlefield always is a very distant second in terms of like sort of its popularity and sales to Call of Duty. Now, mind you, they've still been very successful games. So does EA and the team at DICE Like, do they know at this point? It's like, we're not trying to outbeat Call of Duty anymore. We just need to have a great game. It will speak for itself. People will buy it in droves, and we're okay if our game does 10 million copies versus COD's 30 million. That's fine with us. Like, do you think that's a fair statement, or do they need to beat Call of Duty at their game? You know what I mean?
I can explain this. See, the thing about Call of Duty, it's one of them where you can just jump in real quick, get your little fever, and get out and go about your business. But Battlefield don't work like that. We have one quick match, but then everything else is at least 30, 40 minutes or above, because that's how it's set. So it actually really makes you want to work together, because
so it's like your sex life takes you forever to get off.
I'm the only black person here. I'm not answering that.
Oh man.
But no, that's the thing, the difference in Battlefield.
Yeah.
You know, you
it's
want
a different approach.
Yeah,
I think
totally
it's like
different.
I think the approach to the game kind of changes, or it doesn't really change it, but it can kind of make you feel a certain way when you're trying to sell it. I don't think they're ever going to outsell Call of Duty. Unless
they're not going to sell Call of Duty.
Unless they just really fuck it up, and that's going to be still, they're going to sell a lot. But I think they need to know, Battlefield needs to look themselves in the mirror and be like, hey, we're not going to outsell Call of Duty. We need to just be in a certain ballpark with Call of Duty, because we are essentially, we're shooting people. It's kind of the same game, but not really. Like X-Man said, it's all about the approach to the game. You hop in Call of Duty, hey, I got to go to the store in 10, 20 minutes. I'm just going to play a couple Call of Duty games. But you play 2, you go to the store, you get your stuff. You play Battlefield, it's slow, it's methodical, it's team-based. You're doing things, you're talking, you're communicating a lot more, probably even with randoms along that fact.
I'm like, hey, somebody come and help me over here. I'm kind of bogged down. And then next thing you know, your teammates come and help you. They locate you and they come and help you.
Yeah.
That, like, when she played the first match with us, she jumped in with us, right? And we told her where to go, and she got a good feel when we were trying to get that on that little high point, and we were trying to shoot down to get the win, right? That's strategy. And that's what makes Battlefield so good. Because I knew where to go, because I've played that map many times. But Steph was her first time there, and that was your first time with me. So I had to tell you some of the weak spots. And then we get on the map, they totally reversed the map in the next map, and I was like, I've never seen it reverse it. When y'all start doing that, with that last update, we got the bastards.
Yeah, I think I think, and you're right, Sir X. You said right off the top that Battlefield, the one thing with Battlefield, it has a steeper learning curve. So for the average person jumping in, there's a lot more to it. The mechanics are a little different. Obviously, you don't have auto life regeneration or anything like that. With some shooters, you got to use health kits and different things like that. Well, I think there might be a regeneration, but it's a very long, slow, very slow.
Gears works like that.
So it has a steeper learning curve, but when you get used to it, and if you can get a team, and that's a key, if you can get a really good team of people that can communicate, and you learn the maps, and you kind of find a class that works best for your play style, then I think there's a lot of enjoyment. Now, if there was any frustrating thing I've always had with Battlefield, but I guess it's never going to go away, is that, there's these little shits that sit like 5 miles away at fucking snipers and just pin you down, and just you can't see half the time where the fuck you're getting killed from. And then if you're not getting killed by them, you're getting killed by some dipshit that's flying along in a chopper or some damn thing. I mean, I can't fly the choppers in that game worth of freaking shit. I don't know what it is, but it's like I don't know why the controls are so freaking weird in those games for choppers and airplanes. It's like, can you just not make it handle like a video game? Like, why is there so much pitch and yaw and all that fucking shit? But
that takes time.
That's kind of what I fucking hate. Is sometimes I'd rather play with it. I like Conquest better without the vehicles.
I love the vehicles. I won't have nothing to blow.
Or is it like this tactical and strategical? I don't remember which one is the one without the tanks, but I agree, Newf. The one without the tanks, I kind of like with.
Okay, then that would be.
So I don't got to turn around and be like X-Man's, be like, Yo, Wicked is a fucking
Well,
tank
that's
right
where
there.
like you got the wrong class and your teammate turn around and all of a sudden these vehicles roll in. Like I'm playing a support class and I basically get nothing to take out major like artillery. It's kind of sucks. You're
I got
sitting there
nothing.
pinned down and you're like, I got no
You got
mines,
C-
you got
you
no
got
fucking
C-
rocket
you
launcher. You know what I mean?
C4 if you assault. You got
I think-
C4. You run up to the vehicle, you plant the C4, then you run back away, and then you just blow it up. You blow the whole C4 blows the whole tank up. If you get C4 on the tank, there are people that get C4 on tank religiously. I can't do it.
C4, but I can't
I
see
just
shit.
put, I just throw landmines out, dude. Landmines, or I use the MAV, one of the two. And that's
Proto.
Sir
Proto, what did you think of the leaked footage? Are you excited about Battlefield's return? And what's it going to take for sort of Battlefield to elevate itself above its predecessors?
First off, yeah, I finally got to see it because it was in our chat and I was having issues with the good old X. So I just saw it just a little bit ago, rewatched it a couple of times. I'll just get my fill of it. Man, it looks like it's back, right? Looks like it's Battlefield 3 and 4. It's looking really good. I'm super pumped. I like the Battlefield series. I always have. 5 I could take or leave, but everything else I've loved playing it. So I'm definitely on board with it. As far as overtaking COD, I don't know if you can. I mean, as much as a shit show as COD is anymore, I don't think you can do it. I think it's just such a well-known household brand name now that it's just like Fortnite, and it's even showing in the fact that you're getting guest characters like the Ninja Turtles, like you mentioned, and shit like that. I just don't think nothing's ever going to dethrone it, but it will. But what I do feel is that Battlefield, because obviously with 2042, kind of coming out the gate, shit in the bed, it's obviously in a much better state now. But when it came out, it was a shit show, and we all knew it. But I feel like before that, and before 5, I want to say around the up until about Battlefield 1, everybody it had its niche, but its player base was dedicated. You know what I mean? So it was like it would always I think it was what HawT said that you're not, or maybe it was you, Newf. I don't recall because we've been going for a little bit now, but it'll sell 10 mil to COD's 30 mil, and I'm thinking that's where they're happy as long as it's that kind of success. I think they're okay with being like the number 2 alternative. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But which is what EA needs right now, because EA is a colossal shit show as it is. So they need Battlefield to come out and kind of restore some hope in the company. And I think so far it's looking like it's gonna.
Well, Battlefield actually has 5 crews, 5 different developers working on this Battlefield.
And that's it.
And that's the good. And they got one of my favorite teams, Criterion, working in there too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Criterion's awesome, man.
Nice. And let's not forget that Mr. COD himself, Vince Zampella, is directly.
Yeah, that's who's back.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because
they say we need to get back to our roots, man. But you got Criterion in there with that Frostbite engine together. Yeah, Criterion is known for destruction.
Oh, hell yeah.
They are known for destruction. And then you got somebody else working on the single player game, which I hope is co-op. I think the last Battlefield, the best Battlefield that had co-op story online was Battlefield Bad Company 2 and Bad Company 3.
Yep.
Those were the only ones that had it. And man,
Bad Company 3? There was a Bad Company 3? Am I missing?
I mean, not Bad Company 3. Which one was I forgot. I played every Battlefield. So I can't remember.
So he's getting them mixed up, is what it is,
Yeah.
So
now the first Bad Company. The first Bad Company. Sorry about that. Yeah, because that's the one. That was the first one where you had to go to the bridge, and we always hid in the little garage right there and pick people off where they were going by until they blew up the garage. And I was like, "You son of a bitch." But yeah, I'm gonna tell you. In Battlefield 4, Pink. Hold up, real quick. In Battlefield 4. There's nothing like jumping from a skyrise and shooting a rocket RPG at a tank or you're coming down off the ground. There's nothing like that.
Oh no, definitely.
Battlefield 4 was incredible for that, dude. I love Battlefield 4 still to this day.
But
See, I gotta learn the controls better because I love shooting rocket launchers and missiles. I think that's hilarious.
Oh, I'm the master. Let me teach you.
I only was only able to switch the handgun. So
I will school you in the way of the rocket launcher force.
Perfect. I have it equipped. I just don't know how to switch to it. So
and if your husband right here becomes a sniper, he'll have the little thing where you can use the MAV gun where you can blow a tank up, and if he aims at it with his little marker laser pointer and he marks it, your MAV will go way up in the sky and you'll blow that doggone plane or helicopter out of the sky. Oh man, we all had to have a sniper friend in our crew. Always.
Well, it's funny that you mention that because I see in the chat here Mr. Click saying he's gonna cross that sniper, and much to Newf's chagrin, once I finally start jumping back into Battlefield, I'm one of those guys too.
Hell yeah!
I get the occasional kill, but I like snapping people. I mean, blowing shit up. That's just me. I've always done that. I used to put landmines in the water and wait till somebody rolled over it and blow it up. Oh man, those good old days.
Yeah,
I like playing support, man. I like,
I'm getting hard on right now for Battlefield. Y'all wrong.
That's why the camera's off. I was gonna say, dude.
No.
Side note, one last
If
thing.
it lasts longer than 4 hours, you may need to seek medical help.
You wrong, Pink. You wrong for that.
X-Men. Do you remember when we were playing?
Bad Perry White.
Yo, X-Men, we were playing this weekend, and I was down, and I go, yo, X-Men, I need you to pick me up. I'm downed in Battlefield, and you come over, you're like, yo, I got you, and you go to pick me up, and I see you motion to pick me up. What happens when I look up?
We both die.
The guy grabs Sir X-Man, guts him right in front of me. Body drops right next to me. I go.
And then he got you after that. His buddy got you, yeah. They were doing teamwork, though. That's the thing. They were working together. That was the end. But AI does group up in teams.
Oh, my God.
So they do work together, too. So
I watched my friend get murdered.
That's funny.
You know what? I'll be back.
Yes, lastly, Perry, how about yourself, man? Anticipation levels, and what's it going to take for Battlefield to be a big hit again? Or you think it's... and also it's been away for a couple of years now, theoretically. Like, we haven't had a new game since 2042, and that sort of soured people. But, if they can stay true to the videos we've seen so far, it looks like they might bring back a lot of the old fans and certainly make a lot of new ones. So what's it going to take for these guys to kind of step it up here? And like I said, what's your level of anticipation and excitement for it?
I saw the trailer. I thought it was really cool. The rocket launcher or whatever just blows that whole building up. I was like, okay, this is really cool.
RPG, RPG.
And the newer graphic style too. And it was like, wow. You need to be different from Call of Duty if you're going to try to compete. You can't beat Call of Duty right now, but you need to compete and you need to be different so that when Call of Duty does falter off, when people get really tired of it, Battlefield is ready to go. Like, people will be like, you know what? I'm really sick of Call of Duty. Let me check out Battlefield. And they're like, wow, this is a completely different game. This is awesome. They need to just stay true to Battlefield, but they need to try to modernize it and try to grab, more of an audience. Try to grab more of the Call of Duty guys. Like, hey, you might want to come check us out. It's like,
Well,
like
I think that's why they've been trying to do that too. If you look at some of their modes, they've added like sort of like team deathmatch with smaller maps and stuff too. So they have sort of been trying to do it. The problem is that most people write Battlefield off. They don't really try the game because they just think it's all like these 3 and 4 hour massive maps. You know what I mean? So some people they get turned off right away. Like, I'm not playing that shit. I don't have the time. But they don't realize there's a lot more modes in that game now than there sort of used to be in the past. So if people just give it a chance, I think they'll be pleasantly surprised. And they might like it a lot more. And even though I think. Battlefield has taken a little bit of risk with some of their store and their characters and stuff. They're not quite as out on the limb as pop culture, I guess you could say, as Call of Duty. They got some stuff like flaming masks and different things too, but they still seem a little more realistic. If that makes sense.
That's flaming mask.
Well,
Call of Duty. That's Call of Duty and Halo. They got flaming masks.
well, I don't mean flames coming at the mask, but like there's stuff that's got graphics on it, like flames. Like the suits. There's some suits that are still pretty wild, but they're not as wacky as Call of Duty or Fortnite or other games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're more like realistic. Like one of my characters, I'm trying to unlock a real suit with my character. He wears a real suit for the character I got, and I'm trying to get to it. So yeah, I mean, but they still stay in a realistic dress style, regular person dress style.
Yeah, you don't see weird ass guns, or you don't see like dildo launchers or weird shit like that, or plungers or anything else,
No, they use real gun names too. I mean,
they don't have Ninja Turtles in there. They don't have the fucking Terminator running around. You know what I mean?
And that's that. I mean, man, one thing about Battlefield 5 though, I will give it, when they had those snow areas, oh man, that was so much fun. But it's like they always put you in real terrain. That's the thing, and that's the biggest thing. When you can say, can you get some like say Perry's up there up top somewhere on top of a mountain, and I point at a spotter, right? And I tag him, right? I'm gonna say, Perry, please get that sniper. He is getting on all our damn nerve. Perry take him out because he can't see him. He tell us, go, you got it. He's gone. And that's the teamwork I'm talking about. Y'all working together. And that's the thing. That's the thing that makes the difference between that and Call of Duty. You can tell your friend in Call of Duty, kill that sniper, but then somebody gonna kill you. So
we got another super chat coming in from our friend Adidas 20. He drops $2.
He says, salute to all. Thank you so much.
Salute to you, Adidas. Thank you for being here. I'm not sure if it's your first time visitor, but we greatly appreciate you stopping in, and certainly for the super chat, always appreciated.
I know Adidas.
Yeah.
Name sounds familiar.
Yeah, and it sounds like they are bringing back a campaign for this one as well. I think they heard the voices loud and clear. And, while it might not be the biggest part that sells Battlefield, I think for a lot of people, it's they've always had a special place. I mean, certainly up until number 4, they had very, story-esque campaigns that were actually a lot of fun. And they look really, really good, right?
They're keeping with how you do your selection for the gun in Battlefield 2024. I like that, where you can just hit the Y button and just move it over to, okay, do I need a muzzle? Do I need a shorter muzzle? Do I need a burst muzzle? Do I want to change my ammo for this situation? Do I want to change my bearing for the gun? Do I need a different scope? You can just go click it up and you get your attachment right then and there. I like that feature, because before we used to have go back when we have to spawn, change our attachments in there. I like that they kept that feature, because that was a good feature. So they said they're keeping that in there. They're taking stuff from their previous Battlefields, like the new ones, like you can slide off now, and remember the other, I forget which one. Was it Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 5, where you could drag your teammate in the safe space real quick and then respawn them. They brought that back too. I like that. So it's like they're taking things from almost every Battlefield that was good and getting rid of the bad. And if this go right, this could be the best Battlefield ever.
Could be. Well, I guess we'll find out soon enough. But in the meantime, hopefully many of us can get into that beta to try it. But I've signed up too, but haven't heard a damn thing. So
let me in.
It's limited. You got in? You got in?
Let me in. No, I want to get in. So I was saying like the let me in. Let me in.
Well, it's a limited run right now. Like I said, I listen to everything, a lot of what's going on through Level Cap Gaming. So that's what you need to listen to.
You hear, you tell us
to watch it. Now, I'll put it in the chat.
Ooh. All right. Are we good with this topic? Shall we move on?
Yep.
Yeah.
Who's getting Battlefield day one?
If we beat this topic harder than my dick.
It'll be day one for me for sure. Definitely
day one for me.
Yeah,
hopefully,
I know he's buying it. I know he's buying it pink. So Perry, day one for you too.
Yeah, I'll get it. We game share, so I'll just get it.
All right. All right.
See, games like this, if my friends are getting it and I got people to play with, I'm getting it too. So everyone else is getting it. Yep, I'll be there day one. Just make sure to invite me.
Pressure.
Dude, we got a squad.
Yes.
Do what?
Yeah. We got to get a good squad. We got
a big old squad out here.
The more you gel together and you know your friends' tendencies, that's the thing about Battlefield. That's the one good thing.
All right. Indeed. Yeah, day one for me for sure, and hopefully they make a physical copy for Xbox because that's the plan.
You would say that.
Oh crap! Don't you know? Phil don't want you to get the disc.
Phil, rotate.
No, you'll get a case and a download code. That's what you get.
If Newf got the physical version, they'd give him Battlefield with the dildo edition.
Oh my god! It's just a cucumber with little googly eyes on it.
Right.
This is Mr. Battlefield. You can play with him.
Oh my god. Man, I'm trying to drink water here. Stop it, Wicked.
All right. Obviously, word on the street is that Indiana Jones is just several months away from coming out on PlayStation. To those of you who haven't played it, are you planning to pick it up on PlayStation at all? Or, what's your word of advice to people that haven't played this game yet, if you have played it? I beat it. It was the first game I beat in 2025. Fantastic adventure. What do you guys think?
I think it's a good game. Hey, and we have to see how pro enhanced it is because it will be pro enhanced. So I don't know. I don't know if it's worth buying day one because I already played it, but
well, I'm not buying it a second time. I mean, I got it on Xbox, so I'm not going to buy it for PlayStation now at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, if anybody is a PlayStation only owner, I highly recommend it. It's getting good reviews. It's gotten good reviews. Whether it ends up becoming a Game of the Year contender this year, it's tough to say because there's going to be a lot of games out, and we know it didn't make the Game Awards list because it came out beyond the cutoff deadline. But I also sometimes wonder too if this game has scored higher simply because it was announced as a multi-plat like shortly after back what was at the Game Awards last year they announced that it was coming. So is that part of the reason you think that the scores were maybe a little inflated, or if this was a strict Xbox exclusive, it probably would have just scored 2 or 3 points lower?
Yeah, I think because they announced multi-plat, the scores were high because they want the word to get out there, and PlayStation guys will be like, "Oh, it scored high. I'll pick it up day one." So it's like it's a little bit of advertising.
You would like to think that, but then you see some clowns out there saying, "Oh, you keep that shit because it's an Xbox game." Shut the hell up,
dude. They score high over on PlayStation, and they still don't buy it. Come on, man. Be real on that one.
That's right. Why the fuck is Astrobot not sold at least 10 million copies, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And
almost 100 million copies. The game was the Game of the Year, and it's an absolute beauty. And it's just several million copies sold. It's sad. That's fucking sad.
I'm gonna say it again. Last year's Tomb Raider anniversary beat Astrobot because it sold over 4 million copies.
Damn.
Yep.
People still enjoy.
Did you buy all 4 million?
A robot dude.
Now, Tomb Raider's a legend. You knew it was gonna get sold.
Oh yeah.
I heard Lara Croft dug you up out of a tomb, didn't she, Sir X-Man?
Ooh.
I ain't that old. At least I don't look that old. At least I hope not.
It's like, come on, Lara Croft, come on, X-Man. I got a new game coming out. All right,
I'm gonna get some of that Grecian formula and start darkening this up.
Oh man,
yeah, baby.
Got the big black bush on his chin next week.
Do they still make that stuff?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God!
I see.
Foxy agreed with that really fast. Do you have it?
Right.
No, I don't actually. Oh. But I see it. But I think the algorithm knows that I'm getting old because I got gray in my beard, and then all of a sudden I'll see that shit, and I'm like, motherfucker, really? Just like it's like, hey, I ain't bald yet.
You piece of crap.
I have to ask Sir X-Men. Have you ever thought about cosplaying as Samuel L. Jackson?
If that song go, I'm gonna wash that gray right out of my hair.
Yeah, these motherfuckers.
See, I could see X-Men. I could see X-Men doing that. Yeah, he'll stare motherfuckingly at everybody.
No, because I've seen people that use it, and when they try to wash it out of their beard to get stuff out, that stuff's all over the place. All over the place. Not for me.
Ron Hales in the chat. Infinite Heroes hanging out with us. We got a Nate in the building. What's going on? Adidas 20 Zeros in the house tonight. Yeah, we got lots of great people here. Doggy Dog's hanging out with us as well. AC is in the building. Good to see you as well. Great people. Axel. Axel's in the building, or at least he was earlier. I'm not sure if he's still here. So, yeah, good to see everybody, guys. Greatly appreciate it. RWK is here, as I told you would be. It never misses. Never. Chat, you guys are amazing. We really, truly mean that. And hopefully at some point in time we can do something real special for our chat. Definitely plan on doing something soon for sure. Anyway, it's not really not a big topic. I mean, if it comes out in April, whatever, I think that's a pretty good date. I mean, obviously they're going to want to get that game out before we get into the heartstrings of summer, and obviously let people have a chance to play it on PlayStation and stuff before all the other big stuff drops in the fall. Otherwise, it'll get overshadowed. But it's a win's a win, and a game on PlayStation right now, especially a good game like that, is a definitely win because they haven't had a whole lot, certainly not out of their camp, that's for sure. Files of Horror, what's going on, man? Good to see you in the building.
I know it's a good giveaway.
Why does that name sound familiar, Files of Horror?
I don't know.
That's Harold.
And
I like how we keep getting a little orange surprise behind you, Newf.
It is the Files of Hell.
He's getting an orange surprise. Oh, the cat. His cat.
Yeah, I heard the meowing, and then you can see the little orange cat running behind him.
He's always had
little
that.
bonus.
With the PlayStation theme, have you guys had a chance to check out the trailer for Death Stranding 2? Let me just start off by saying,
no, I haven't seen it.
If you love Death Stranding, I think you're going to really love this game. But my God, the graphics are unbelievably good. Wow, that Decima engine is very impressive. And this game definitely ups the ante. Like, the environments just look sick. They almost look photorealistic, man. That game really is looking amazing. So, anybody here got any hype or for Death Stranding 2 at all?
Yep.
No. His graphics in the last one, I'm just saying, the graphics in this last one on last generation look good too.
Oh, they're really good. This one's even better. Believe it or not, they're even better. Like, you see, there's a part, there's like an avalanche coming on a snow mountain and shit. Like, they got these crazy vehicles at it in this game this time, and you can got this like luggage that you can kind of fucking tow behind you. Like, the game is wild. Now, I don't know if it'll be still as weird as the first game, because without a doubt, the first game was fucking weird. But it was oddly enjoyable, which I actually really enjoyed it. I never did finish it. I got to get back to doing that, but I really liked Death Stranding. Plus, it came out on Xbox. It's kind of surprise dropped on Xbox this year, and I saw a lot of my friends on Xbox actually playing it and seem to be enjoying it for the most part. Yeah, so looks like in the chat, though, not going well. We got Ron Hale going blah, Infinite Hero. No excitement from him. Ron Hale, not for me. So anybody on this panel have any excitement?
The original. The original game was in Game Pass.
I see more gameplay of it before.
I'll have to hear from Proto, because he's probably one of the most experienced PlayStation guys here.
Yeah, I kept saying, "Yep, me, yep, me, yep, me." Yeah, because I love the first one. I actually got to go back because I've been replaying a lot of games in my time off, and that's on my list to replay the first one again because I loved it, and this one looks just as good. I'm super excited, and I'm a dirty whore for Kojima anyway. Anything he puts out, I'll fucking play. Until
I break control. You Kojima slut.
Oh, I am a Kojima slut. I am not shy about it, man.
He's on all fours with a doggy friggin' collar on.
Just slurp it all up. But
I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that.
You gotta touch it, but you gotta watch X-Man because you're next.
Yep.
Oh shit.
But yeah, no, I'm super hyped. I'm gonna end up replaying the first one just so I can get mentally ready for this one. Just watching that trailer, and again, like you said, the Decima engine, the shit they fucking pull off with that is just incredible. And then even though I know it's not him, but the little bit with the guy who looks like Solid Snake,
Yeah.
I was like, I did. I fangirl squeed and then, cracked one off in the bathroom to it. Like, oh! So yes, I'm fairly excited. I'm sorry that the chat doesn't see the greatness of Kojima.
See, Pink, he's worse than me.
That's why his camera's been off the entire time.
Exactly.
And
you'll just see.
So I don't even know what Death Stranding is. I just Googled it right now to see, like, have I ever seen this game? And I'm looking at images, Google images from Death Stranding 2. Do you know how many images are this dude with gray hair and a long shoulder-length bob with no shirt on? Just like staring at the camera? Is that why you guys all like this
looking
game?
at the right
the baby Pink?
Well, just a rundown. Pink Piggles. Obviously, the lead character is a porter. That's the position that they carry when they're taking packages across America, trying to basically reestablish connections to humanity. And Norman Reedus from Daryl from the Walking Dead fame.
Yeah, that's the dude with no shirt on in the.
Yeah, he wears no clothes a lot. Well, you'll see him take showers in the first game a lot. He's always in the shower, and you see his bum quite a bit. And you'll be happy to know that in Death Stranding, you actually make these grenades. They're called EX grenades that take out the whatever the fuck they're called.
Piss and shit.
Yeah, they're made out of piss and shit. So you turn those into grenades, and that's what gets rid of the enemy enigmas or whatever the fuck they're called in the game. I forget what they're called. What are they called?
He has to shower all the time.
She remembers when I bought the PS4 Pro Death Stranding. It had the yellow piss controller.
Oh, yeah.
The controller was white when I bought it.
You've been infected.
So I was going to ask you. So, how do you feel like going across the wasteland with Norman Reedus and his walking fetus?
I don't need to see Norman Reedus showering. I don't need to throw piss bombs. This is just not my kind of game. When I pulled this up, there was some game I played last year, 2 years ago. I don't know. You're in a cave and you have to like mine things in a cave, and that's what it kind of reminded me of. I don't know. Not my kind of game.
Yeah, don't knock it until you try it, Piggle.
It's a game that takes a little getting used to, but it has this charm to it. That's all I can say. And it's the cool thing was when it started, it was different than what it turned out to be, because as you play the game, it seems like you're kind of like isolated and alone. But as people bought the game online, they would leave all these tips and hints. That's like it's a living live game. You don't see the people, but like say you were playing the game, like you could leave a ladder in a certain area, and that next person who plays Death Stranding is going to come by, and it's going to see like Pink Piggles left ladder here, or you can send out warnings or messages to people that are playing, so you can see the routes that different people took, and you can pick up some of the packages that they've dropped along the way as well, and you can deliver them to some of the waypoints to basically get like other stuff and complete objectives and different things like that. Oh yeah, and I remember the name is the BTs. That's the name for the sort of the phantasmic enemies in the game. So they basically, there are certain areas that they come up sort of like almost like they're like ghosts sort of a thing, and they kind of grab hold of you and you try to drag you down into the ground and shit like that. So it's a pretty cool game though.
That's cool that other players you can see their markers that they left.
Yeah, it's really cool.
They had that in some Mario game.
Yeah,
we played that we couldn't go up together, but
I think I want to thank you guys because of what you said about those piss bombs. Now I know how the PS5 Pro got the name pisser. Thank you. I couldn't help it.
They're just putting a little bit of that bomb in there. It's just that's the super secret sauce.
I know that ain't right. I'm so sorry, PlayStation fans.
No, he's right. He's got sources. He knows people.
Well, we're not going to beat this topic to death. Did anyone say that it's coming out this year, though, right? Death Stranding 2?
Yeah.
I want to say it's June.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's sometime in the summer here it comes out.
That's actually a good time because it'll be out before Gran Turismo. Before Grand Theft Auto. You don't want nothing being around that juggernaut. Nothing.
Get away.
Just for your reference, Pink Piggles, a lot of Xbox people made fun of Death Stranding a lot when it was first announced because no one could really understand the game. Heck, I don't even think Kojima could explain the damn game to people. And a lot of the Xbox community made a lot of fun about this game. Probably largely because it was easy to make fun of and because again, nobody understood it. And it was because, again, it was an exclusive. So it was largely used as sort of console bait in the console warring scheme of things.
Can I say the nickname? Can I say the nickname?
Right? But it was, often hear Death Stranding, it's the walking simulator. That's where a lot of it comes from.
There you go. Thank you.
You do a lot of fucking walking. There's no question. But it is a pretty cool game. I think so. But that not everybody's going to have the same opinion. I'm excited for number 2.
Yeah, they said when you get through the right amount of hours, the game really starts kicking in.
Yeah, it kind of eases you in a little bit, but there's a lot of story elements too. There's some really good actors. You got Norman Reedus, you've got Guillermo del Toro.
Yep.
I hate to say it, but I don't know if you knew that, but Jeff Keighley actually shows up as one of the characters later on in the game, which was weird. But yeah,
he's the
of course,
the third in the toilet.
That's Kojima's boy, Jeff Keighley. You know he's gonna put in the game. We all know that.
He's the dildo.
He's like the biggest fanboy for Kojima there is.
They're getting married.
Next
Come
to
on.
my buddy Lope.
June 25th. Thank you, Nate. He has, there you go, June 25th. So that's a pretty good date to have.
Priscilla said March 17th is Death Stranding pre-order day.
Pre-order day, yeah. Probably to get your pre-orders in, yeah, for sure. Priscilla also says walking seems to mean Hellblade too. Yeah, well, I got to hand it. There is a lot of fucking walking in Hellblade too.
Yeah, but
there's a little bit more action.
But you're not walking so damn far. You're certainly not walking all across these large open continents, getting throwing piss grenades at people. You slashing shit up with a sword.
I'm worried about losing my packages, man.
Plus, you go.
Oh man, the first time I played, I was such a noob. Because I load up all these fucking packages and fucking constantly be tipping over. You get into a stream and all of a sudden you get into the deep end and the fucking stream would take it away. Everything's floating away and you're like, what the fuck? And you're chasing it down and then all of a sudden the BTs are trying to grab you. And yeah, there's a lot of shit going on in that game sometimes.
Just fuck shit.
That's a lot of walking, boy.
Yep.
Absolutely. A lot of walking. Dealer Gaming made one of the funniest fucking videos I've ever seen when that game was first coming out. He made it on his channel, and I'll never forget it to this day. It was so fucking funny. He was narrating it. It was so good.
That's why I'm glad.
Sounds like a skill issue. Yeah, and it probably was. I mean, I used to pack those fucking boxes like massively high. It looked like I was like a giant pizza delivery guy with about 40,000 pizzas on my back. It was fucking hilarious.
That's why I'm glad Starfield finally gave me a vehicle.
Yeah, you can get these little bikes in the first, like these motorcycles in the first, but the thing is, like, they're very limited on batteries, so you have to watch, and they can also get damaged with the acid rain and shit that's coming down and everything else. And so,
like a Tesla,
like a Tesla. And in the first Death Stranding, before it edited, they used to drink this. Norman Reedus would drink this drink right here. You can't fucking see it.
It's invisible. It's a feature. You can't see it.
Is that a jar of cum?
There you go.
It's a jar of cum. I knew it.
Oh, Monster Energy.
Yeah, that's what Norman Reedus would drink when the game first came out, and then they did this update and they took out the Monster endorsement. That's kind of sucked. Just like a generic fucking brand in there now or whatever.
Monster didn't pay up.
That's it. Somebody didn't pay up. They lost their licensing deal.
It ain't no better than Doritos and Halo. I mean, what do you call it? Halo and Mountain Dew. And now Call of Duty and Mountain Dew. Come on.
But they weren't in the game, though. That shit was actually in the game.
I drink Pepsi and then I Mountain Dew my wife.
And then she Mountain Dews me.
You wish you had a Mountain to do your wife. You walk right into it. You already know I'm just like you. I can do it too. I can shit.
Wee.
Yeah.
Oh man, shit.
All right, I'm gonna chill for a minute. Next.
Oh my God.
Michelle says I played Days Gone on PC late, but what a great game. I don't think it needs. No, I agree with you. I don't think Days Gone really needs a remaster at this point, but it is what it is. All right. Any further thoughts on Death Stranding? Anybody?
I know.
Nope.
Topic Stranding.
Just crickets.
Yeah, no.
Shit.
Got nothing on it.
Well, let's
You're walking alone on this one, Newf.
Sticking with the Sony theme, we might as well get to the next one. And I'm talking about The Last of Us. Neil Druckman just recently came out in an interview and has basically said that they're not really sure if they even are going to tackle a Last of Us 3, which definitely sounds like there's certainly nothing being built at the present time. No game in development, which is probably not a good sign. You know, if we were waiting on a part 3, if they haven't at least started it, it's probably not happening, I would say. How do people feel about that? Me personally, I love I love The Last of Us. I thought both games were incredible. A lot of people shit on the second game. I actually enjoyed the second game. But to find out there probably will not be a third is very disheartening. I was hoping that we'd get a third and be a final installment, you know, kind of end the story in a certain way. But how do you guys feel about that?
Anybody quiet? Can I take the floor a sec?
Go ahead, man.
Take it.
I love the first one. I actually enjoy. I didn't finish the second one, but I'm another one that I'm going to go back. It's on my backlog. I enjoyed them, especially the first one. But good. There's no Last of Us 3. Neil Druckman is high on his own farts, and he can kiss my ass as far as I'm fucking concerned. He's a jackass, and you know the fact that For 2, a lot of the story lost me because it was a typical hackneyed revenge plot, which was like, you can do so much more with these characters and you've chose to go this route. But, it is what it is. We got what we got, you know? But yeah, I could care less what Neil Druckman had planned for it because he's just such a jackass and he's a hack fucking storyteller anyway. You know, and you can definitely tell where it was like, and again, if you enjoy The Last of Us 2, you know, God bless you. I get it. You know, so I'm not one of the haters because of, because they had a trans character here or Abby looked like a dude or whatever. I don't care. All right. That's what it is. It was the story writing in that game was so forced in different situations. I just groaned. Like the whole love story between Ellie and I forget the girl's name, but Dina. It was so bad. I was just like groaning the entire time. And I never skip cutscenes in a story-based game. I'm skipping those cutscenes because I'm like, I don't want to hear this. It's so boring. It's so poorly voice acted. It's like, what the hell happened here? But then again, Neil Druckman must have just took jars of his farts, had everybody sniff them, and then went and do the voice acting because it was just all fucking just droning and boring and terrible. Gameplay was great though.
Oh my God. If huffing your own farts makes you make Last of Us 2, then give me the money, baby.
I heard Neil Druckman was the inspiration for the clickers.
Yeah, it's got to be Neil Druckman's farts though. It can't be anybody else's. It's got to be Druckman's because apparently they print money.
Do I get to choose what he eats?
Hey, was Neil Druckman at the stadium with you guys though the other day?
Oh
yeah, Miss Dealer too, RWK. I wish he'd come back. I don't know what's the deal with that guy, but yeah, Miss Dealer and his fuckface reference all the time.
Oh yeah.
What's going on, fuckfaces?
He's still on playing Xbox from time to time though. I'll be checking in.
Baby.
I haven't seen him for a while, but I hope he's doing well. Regardless, shout out to Dealer and RDX. Yeah.
Yep. Anybody else want to take the floor on this?
I was just gonna say because in the chat here, Stevie Mac, and he might have a point here. Maybe they're just kind of downplaying a third potential game because they want people to focus on Intergalactic, which I think is a possibility. That the third could be a realistic option, but maybe they're just not willing to talk about it yet. Like I said, you don't want to put the horse before the carriage or whatever, and kind of distract your audience. There's enough controversy right now, enough shit going around during Intergalactic. I'm sure they're already trying to figure out ways how they can damage control this shit after the massive hate that the game got. I have hopes for that game, but it's too early to tell yet. I don't even know where I feel about it at this point.
And hopefully they pull their heads out of their ass and learn how to tell a damn story because, the trailer looked interesting enough, but I just groaned even thinking about just everything I hated about The Last of Us 2. And I was just like, I don't know.
All I know is somebody better get on Bungie's ass and make them get this game together that they've been talking about for like 4 years. That's it.
Bungie ain't doing shit. They're a shadow of the
I don't
first.
know if you guys agree with me, but with The Last of Us 2, the cool thing I found with playing The Last of Us 2 was by the time this game ended, I was actually more of an Abby fan than I was of Ellie. Now, like I fucking hated Abby with a passion at the start of that game.
Yeah.
You know, especially after what she did with Joel and stuff like that. You guys all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But as the game went on, I actually started to like her more. I found that Ellie was just a very annoying little fucking bitch. And Abby had just as much right to be angry over everything that went on as Ellie did for what she did. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know.
But see, even then, and I agree with you because I do feel like she was justified in it as the story went on, but it was just they were both just so they were written in a way that both were so unlikable that I could have cared less if both of them died. And I think that would have probably made the ending better.
They almost did at the fucking
you know.
end. Jeez, I thought they were going to kill each other.
My God. I'm the complete opposite of Proto. I absolutely loved one. Well, he said he liked one. I loved two. I know he said he didn't like the writing, but I honestly thought the writing wasn't so bad. I thought there were some parts where it was like, yeah, but the whole part with what you were saying, Newf, with how, dude, after playing one, I was like, hey, yo, I'm Team Ellie all day, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? I rolled on in the number 2. I'm like, hey, Team Ellie, fuck off. Team Ellie, fuck you. And then halfway through, I'm like, who the fuck is this bitch, Abby? And what the fuck is her deal? Next thing you know, I'm like, hey, yo, what the fuck is Ellie's deal? I like Abby way better. But no, I thought that whole dynamic was crazy because it made you, in a chaos world, it's about perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that game is just like each is own, you know, to their own right, but it's each is right, each is wrong. It's a different perspective. I don't know.
Hey, do you need a baby wipe after that, Wicked?
Yeah, you know what? I took up your offer on because since you're sponsored by Depends, so I'm wearing my Dependables. So I don't have to wipe at all. I'm just gonna go shower after the show. Just completely soil myself.
Your wife's gonna hose you down in the backyard.
Yeah, the pressure washer, new like.
Oh, your wife's gonna pay power washer.
Yep.
Yeah. I gotta let her practice on the system first.
It's gonna be like the scene in Super Troopers. She's gonna throw powdered sugar at you first and then hit you with a power washer. The powdered hate the powdered sugar. But and the thing is, HawT, is I agree with you, and I will never take anything away from the gameplay of Last of Us 2 because it was a fun game to play. But I just feel like I wanted to be invested in the story. I just think again, God bless you. You liked it. You like it. I can't take that away from you. I'm not here to shit on everybody's riff saying, oh, it sucked and you should hate it. And if you don't, you're a terrible person. Now, fuck all that, man. You like what you like, and that's all good. It's just, from what we got with The Last of Us 1, and I'm gonna wax a little bit on it because that game, that storytelling was like masterful. Every bit was invested, start to finish. That was when that game came out. I literally dedicated all of my free time to it. Like I would come home from work, I would play it before I'd go to bed. I'd wake up, play it before I'd go to work. And if I wasn't doing band rehearsals at that point, that's all I was doing. You know, that's how invested in that game I was. And then 2 came out, and just as I'm going through it, and I mean, like I said, if I've got to skip cutscenes in a game that I haven't seen, now obviously if you're a noob like me and you're dying 1,000 times, and you don't want to see the same cutscene for the same boss 100 fucking times, you're gonna skip them. But I just even the line delivery, it just felt so poor to me. And it's just like, okay, let's get the gameplay part because that's where I'm having fun. The rest of this, I want to go throw up in a fucking bucket. But hey, more power to you. You like it. You know, I can't fault you for that.
No, I feel you, brother. I feel you. Hey.
Yeah, like
dead air.
Yeah, dead air. Honestly, like I said, I think it sucks. I mean, that we don't have an official announcement, but I do speculate that, we could see something. And I think Stevie Mac also alluded to the fact that if Intergalactic becomes a bit of a stinker or a disappointment, then I think shareholders and Sony itself will be clamoring to get The Last of Us 2 back again. You know what I mean? So the tides can turn really quick. We see how things change when, you have a game that comes out and it kind of drops below the radar. They start going back to the well. They go back to the franchises they know they can count on. And that's for Sony. It's always going to be Gran Turismo, God of War, Uncharted, The Last of Us. Essentially, they're some of their flagship games. So, will we see a 3? I wouldn't rule it out, but I think it largely depends on what happens with Intergalactic. But if we are going to see a 3, the downside is it's not going to be anytime freaking soon, unless they are already sort of in like co-development right now, and that would be the only way it's sooner than later, right? If they haven't started development on it, then it isn't happening for a while.
Yeah, that's like we get another Ratchet and Clank. Good luck.
Oh yeah,
and I love Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank's amazing. Hopefully they make another one of those games sometime in the near future.
They said they were done with Ratchet and Clank. Sony won't let Insomniac make another one.
Well, again, they're popular, but at the same time, they're not. The series is not doing the numbers. I don't even know if Ratchet and Clank. I don't even know if that even did as well as Astro Bot, for crying out loud.
It did good when it went to PC. People bought the Ratchet and Clank.
$1 million, maybe.
Well, people bought it, but then they bitched about its performance on PC. I know that for a fact.
I didn't have no problem.
Yeah, I could play on a mechanical hard drive on the PC too.
Yeah, I put down
exactly. I don't need no super duper SSD.
Yeah, I put mine on my SSD. I didn't have a problem.
Super duper. No, I'm just saying going on. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you had a problem. I'm saying that most people, when that game sold on PC, that they were bitching about having issues with it.
Well, Sony did say you need to play the game on an SSD. They said that. Just like there are some games that came from Xbox to PC, and they said you need to play on an SSD.
You could only handle when you're warping, even though we were doing GTA 5 where you're warping between characters.
It's like when you open up a box and they tell you read the manual, and you don't read the manual.
But we're men. We don't read.
Oh, who reads the manual anymore?
Not anymore, because they ain't got no manuals.
Giggles in the back.
Giggles got a head on her shoulders. She reads the instructions. We are men. We don't read the
fucking coloring book.
Yeah,
the only time I go to the manual is when I break something, then I want to learn how to put it back together.
Yeah, Perry and Newf probably got a whole bunch of games lined up with manuals in them. They know what we talking about.
Oh no, I still have them all. I just never look at them.
Yeah, but they're on Nintendo. They don't
old manuals, because some of those even have really cool artwork and stuff in them. But was it just?
Oh hell yeah, man! Like the old Sega Genesis ones.
As the manuals went along in the years, it got less and less like that. But yeah, like old Sega Genesis and some of those things, man, these are fucking fantastic, man. We like pictures inside of the game and artwork and shit.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
The original Mortal Kombat on Sega Genesis, I think the manual had like bits from the comic book.
Yep.
Was awesome.
And on the back, remember the warning where it said, "Do not get this cartridge wet."
Yep.
And what do we do?
Like, so, we got a little alcohol. We got a cartridge out to dinner and then show it a good time. Then, right?
Yeah, we got a little alcohol and put it on a Q-tip to clean.
I feel like when it comes to buying physical games these days, they're going to give you a case. You're going to open it up. There's going to be no disc inside. There's just going to be a little condom and a message that says, "Go fuck yourself."
either that or just a post-it note that says "sucker."
I wish games still had manuals, because it tells you how to play the game. I don't want to watch a video to tell me how to play a game, and sometimes I don't always want to play a tutorial either. Like, I don't want to spend 30 minutes playing a tutorial. Give me 5 minutes and I can browse through the manual. Then I can figure out, okay, this is how I stand up. This is what I have to do. It's a quick way to get an overview of the game. Yeah, I want to play a game. I don't want to spend 30 minutes researching how to play.
And don't you miss like simple games too that don't use every cock-sucking button on the fucking controller? Like, you're trying to play this game,
Survivor,
and you gotta use like every bloody button. you got to hold the L button and X, and like you're almost doing combos like to play a game, you know, and you start to forget like, how do I even do this shit? What's the block? What's because you got to hold this button and press this button and do this button, and like, holy shit, man!
And those games you can never go back and pick up.
Clean my ears with a Q-tip while I'm at it, right?
I can if they're fighting games, I can go back to them. I live
fighting games are one thing. So like in it, I just bought Street Fighter 6 the other day, and fucking one of the best things I've ever seen in that fucking thing is they have a control scheme where you can simplify it. So when you want to do a fucking what is it, like the fucking uppercut punch or whatever, you just have to press like forward or something, and like A, you don't have to press down, left, right, up, fucking BA start to fucking do it.
Down, right? Back corner, and both punch buttons, yeah.
And I was like, that's fucking genius. Like, wow, like that made the game way more fun for me instead of sitting there the whole time trying to remember how the fuck do I pull off this fucking move?
Yeah.
Well, shit, then you would have loved Street Fighter 4 on the 3DS because they had on the touch screen where you could just hot button special moves to it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I like it when I had my Game Shark with my Mortal Kombat. For the first time on PlayStation, and I had it set up at Mortal Kombat 3. Had it set up where one button fatality. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, man! Do that shit with like old Game Genie on like Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. Yeah, that too. But it's funny. I'm gonna go back to what Pickles was saying about instruction manuals. It's funny that you said that because that's almost. It sounds like my wife in the background telling me as I'm like bitching about a control scheme. I'm like, how come this wasn't like this in the last game? Why is this button? Did you read the manual? No. Well, maybe read the manual, baby. I love you. I'm not reading the manual. I'm just going to yell at my controller for 5 minutes. Thank you.
The funniest thing now is watching like your relatives play like an old 8-bit game with the fucking controller. How do you play this? Like, fucking duh. It's left, right, and hit B or hit A.
There's 2 buttons. Figure it out.
Oh my god, Jack Black has made an appearance. Hey guys, Jack Black here.
That is a crazy likeness of him.
I'm going to teach you kids how to rock. We're going to make a rock band. The one thing I hate about these games
right now, he's either doing a demonstration of School of Rock or School of Cock. I don't know one of the
two. Maybe a little bit of both.
He's humping the screen.
The one thing I hate.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Oh my goodness!
Wow! Oh, I'm jealous.
Let me see the
I bet Jack Black couldn't do that in real life.
Oh,
man,
damn!
Yeah, look at that!
Look at that!
Look at that! Oh, god damn, dude!
Is he
pissing? Is that denim?
No, I think he's working.
Man, looks
goddamn dope. Those are the
Hey,
tightest dungarees I've ever
him
seen.
Masturbate in front of you. Oh, you got something there.
What the fuck is that? Oh, the sword.
He's got a sword.
Man's packing a big sword.
I thought you were gonna like melt that.
Perry
it's gonna happen.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
What?
Yep.
I have the power.
Sword all brown.
By the power of Grayskull.
All right, let's move on to one more topic, I guess, which will almost take us to the end of the show.
Give me a quick second, Newf. Pickles gave gave a good point. You play shooters all the time. There are so many shooters out there. Why do you have to have a tutorial at the beginning of a shooter anymore? You don't need it. Everybody knows how to play a shooter. They're pretty much the same all the way around, just a few little variances. People can figure out the difference. That's the part that bothers me the most. I got to spend a half an hour in the tutorial while they're slowing me getting through the game.
I would much rather have it that the first time you play the game, like if I would have jumped into Battlefield and like the first time I play the game, like a little thing pops up on the screen that says, spawn here, hit X to jump out. Like, so not a full tutorial, because if I already know it, I could just get rid of it. But if you don't know it, you have something. Like,
yeah, you just gotta...
because like you said, a lot of it was easy. Like most of it, I could figure out on my own. I've played shooting games, no biggie. It just is last little things, but you have it pop up on the screen the very first time you play, and then boom, you're done.
Yeah, you should be able to skip that part. Say, I know this game. I've played this game. Let's just move on to the story.
Yeah.
And
Can they
let's go.
force you to play a tutorial though to play the game?
Nope.
Oh,
Yep.
it's the worst.
I hate that.
You spend your friends are playing, you spend an hour to download the game, your console's got to update, then you got to spend 30 minutes playing a stupid tutorial, and they're all out there having fun, and you're just like, oh god, I'll join you tomorrow when I'm finally ready.
Or it's like complete the first mission.
Right, who is that, Newf? Which one is it?
This is Cheeto.
Oh,
Say hello, Cheeto.
fluffy little cutie there.
Hey, Cheeto, say hello.
That looks like a big cat.
That's a fat cat.
No, he's not fat. He's not very big. He's only like
Just big bones.
11 pounds. He's a small
11
dude,
pounds for a
spicy
cat.
guy.
That's
What?
fat for a cat, dude.
Yeah, you
Cats are
should see
not
my other
usually
boy
that-
who's like 16 pounds.
Bam.
Is that one of the cats that walk around really low and you think they got
That's
little
a
feet
big
when they're
boy.
walking?
That's a big pussy. Yeah, he's all
biggest
fur
kitty
on
I
him.
got.
He is all fur, that guy. Let me tell you, he's a fluffy bugger. All right, so let's make Cheeto a permanent panel member. There you go. We all vote.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
It's
I'm good with
gaming
that.
after cats. That's what we're naming the.
Oh, my God.
podcast.
We'll bring Cheeto on, and then I'll go on camera, and I'll bring my dog on, and then I'll just have her bark instead of me talking. It'll be the same effect anyway.
Is your dog's name Burrito?
No, unfortunately, no. But we can
That would
call
be
her
funny,
that. We
'cause
can
Cheeto
call her
and
that.
Burrito.
Cheeto and Burrito. I'll just tell her name's Burrito. She answers to just about anything. So it's like, you're Burrito tonight, and she'll be okay.
Yeah.
Nah, she'd be like, just don't forget to feed me. Or
Yep.
else I'm going to come in your bed and scratch your ass.
No, because she's not big. She's not too big to where she'll actually. My dog, she'll sleep in the bed with us, but she stays more towards the bottom of the bed. But if I do something to piss her off, she'll kick me off the bed.
Gotcha.
Oh, mom.
She'd be like, your wife would rather have me than you anyway.
Pretty much. It's like, look where I'm at now, neener.
Let's move
You
on to
go
one more
sleep on the
topic
couch.
before we roll the show tonight. What do you guys think are Xbox's ambitions for the rest of the year? We know about the games. We know about that roadmap. But there's a lot of talk right now with new hardware. You know, we do know they're coming up with something. It sounds like a dedicated Xbox portable is in the works. Do you guys think that's a realistic expectation for this year? If they bring one out, do you even care at this point? What is everybody's take on that? And are they going to have a new console for potentially 2026 or 27?
Okay.
Harry, what about you, man?
Go for it.
I'm hearing it's going to be, I mean, we don't know until we find out 100%, but we're hearing it's going to be like an OEM, like Dell, Lenovo, Asus. They're all going to like license the Xbox name and then make their own dedicated handheld or whatever. That's fine, but a lot of people don't remember that Steam did that. I have the Alienware Alpha behind me. It was a Steam machine. That didn't really work out too well. I have the Lenovo Legion Go. I can download all my Xbox games right now. Oh, you
Let
can't
me ask you this,
download
Perry.
360.
Like, yeah,
Like,
there's you got the Go right now, right? And there's so many in the Steam Deck. Those are two of the big ones. But like,
Right.
is Xbox like as well? Like everybody's trying to ride this wave, right? But at some point, we know that the bubble is going to burst. Like these portables, everybody can't bring one out and hope that they're all going to be successful. Something has to.
they're expensive too. They're not that cheap.
Alleviate them, right? Like one has to have a clear advantage over the other. So like is this going to burst, and is it going to burst at the wrong time for Microsoft?
They're not late to the party, but they're not like on time either. It's hard to say.
The old saying,
have
if
to
you're
do
not
it
first,
right.
you're last, right?
Yeah, they have to do it right, and they could do it right, but I don't know, man. It's got to
I
be
mean,
the price.
Xbox and everybody else, they got to go up against the big juggernaut, which is coming, and we all know that's going to be the Nintendo Switch too.
Oh yeah.
Whereas hands down, we know that's going to be a runaway success. The first one has already set this one up. That Nintendo can't really miss on this one unless they royally fuck shit up. And I think if they listen to fans and they come up with a couple of the gripes that we had about the original Switch, I think Switch 2 is going to be a massively successful console.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be all about Nintendo and Grand Theft Auto this year.
Yep.
Yeah. Nintendo going to have a great holiday season. They could put this thing out in this, what is it, the fall we're expecting Switch 2.
Yeah.
And Nintendo has also stated their intent to make enough of these consoles so that scalpers should not be a real issue here.
So Best Buy, what was it, like a day or two ago?
Mm-hmm.
They had just posted Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order starting soon. And it's like, okay, if Best Buy's putting out their pre-orders are starting soon, this thing might come out sooner than we think.
Yeah.
Because the pre-order, this whole thing, the Nintendo Direct Show or whatever is April 2nd. What do pre-orders go up that day? Like, everyone's got to be ready. So
Nintendo's known for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get one, but I don't think I'm not gonna like. I don't really give a shit if I get a Switch on day one. Like, I think I've got enough games to play to tide me over. I'll just kind of wait till the smoke kind of dies down a little bit. But it's definitely on my radar of consoles to get.
All right, the sensible
person says they shouldn't release a handheld this year. Not enough change in technology to set it apart from the crowd, which you might be onto something there as well.
Agreed.
I don't think I would wait with Microsoft. I mean, I'll be honest, because I'm going to go back to the real world real quick. We don't know where any of these economies are going right now.
Yeah.
So if and I know Microsoft is a smart company, so they'll probably wait a little bit and ride the wave to see how things are going on in the economy. Because things are getting hard for a lot of people.
I'm going to say they're already saying that the tariffs are going to hit the video game industry extremely hard. Consoles are going to get an increase as well as games. So are we all ready for that?
Well, games shouldn't get an increase because they're mostly digital. Now, if you want the hard copy, then it'll probably be one because digital is international. So you won't get.
Sorry, but what the fuck is wrong with your president anyway? It's got fucking retarded or what? Like, seriously,
that's not my president. That's not who I wanted.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I didn't.
Fucking terrorists. They don't work. They don't work for you guys. And they don't sure don't fucking work.
I was not trying to say this, but I think Canada should turn off the power.
You want to tariff China? I understand.
We'll get
Canada and the USA tariffing each other that's not we're going to work for nobody. Bullshit.
Well, I don't want that to happen to W1ck3D because he lives on the East Coast. So
but it just is so fucking stupid, man. I can't believe,
dude.
Our country's up here going fucking stupid right now because they're trying to figure out what's going to happen here. So
we'll talk about that another day. But I didn't vote for that guy, and it is what it is. Can't control what happened. We can't control what happened. So. But we're gamers, so we will survive.
He doesn't fart. It travels up to his brain, I think. Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah, and then he opens his mouth. To riff off of what X-Man was saying about the economy, though, that's interesting because it's not just it's all over, like you said. I mean, not just with everything.
Worldwide.
Yeah, well, that and on top of it, it's like all of this like expendable income kind of entertainment kind of stuff. Because not only is it video games, but it's also they're even talking like the toy industry. Everything's going to start shooting up because of it. So that's toys?
People still buy toys.
You know what?
Oh, this was $15 on Amazon and it sold out. They were going on eBay for $70.
Okay, Perry, don't get mad when I say that. He looked like you if you had all that hair.
But the topic at hand, first off, I'm going to say without naming names or talking too much shit, let's consider the source of where people are saying this 2025 Xbox handheld is coming from, and let's look at those track records a bit. It's a rumor. It's a rumor. Right. And just like Jack Black shaking his ass at that rumor. And I'm with kind of like the consensus of thinking.
That's Perry. This is going to be a new feature on the show now. That if something smells like shit, Jack Black is going to wiggle his ass.
So you can't melt that figure. Yeah. It's got to be Jack Black's ass.
Well, can I light his ass on fire while he twerks?
It's a pass. Jack Black's ass is a pass.
And he got a crack in it too. He got a crack in his ass.
Oh, you gotta take
his
it back.
underwear
It's
line.
got to be returned. Crack in the ass.
He looks
But,
like he's packing some fucking junk in that thing, man.
Yeah, no.
Look at
And then he
that
does a
banana hammock.
Anatomically correct.
All right,
But,
let's see that dick.
Oh god. But on the point of the topic, is, you know,
I'm fucking crying.
Jack Black and Barbie together. That would be messed
oh
up.
god.
Oh my god.
So
Oh,
would you call
God.
that a black Barbie?
They actually have one.
That's going into realms, places we don't need to be going.
We don't belong in those realms.
Yeah. Oh shit. But no, I'm with Perry on the whole. I bet they're going to do a sit, wait, and see. As far as first off, it would be a very bad idea for Microsoft to try and put out some kind of Xbox handheld against the Switch 2 because it's just going to get annihilated.
Oh.
You know, that's just a fact. Switch is going to do gangbusters, and everybody knows it. And if anybody tries to tell you, oh no, it's not, they're fucking lying to you. All right, it's the Nintendo Switch. Its successor is going to do well. But maybe we see one next year. I mean, just like Perry was saying, where they were talking about maybe licensing. Yeah, it's not the greatest thing because, like he was mentioning, I know I never had one myself, but I knew a lot of people who had the licensed Steam Decks, and those weren't really good. I think what would behoove them would be to do their own hardware, you know, instead of licensing it out. But right now, nobody knows what the hell Microsoft's going to do outside of just releasing games at this point. And it would be incredibly silly of them knowing that the series isn't really doing all that well hardware sales wise. Why are you going to, that's basically what Sega was doing back in the 90s, right? We got the, 32X, then the Saturn because the 32X didn't do well. And then the Dreamcast right after that. It's like, we saw this happen.
I love my 32X, don't you?
Oh, I love it, man. I'm not talking shit about those consoles because I fucking love them.
No, they had the CDX.
Yeah.
That's when
they
cool.
I had
the same pants as Jack Black.
I had that for years. I had that monstrosity concoction of the Sega CD and then the 32X.
Oh, what you got in his hand now? He's reaching into the magic bag again.
What's that, toolkit?
He's reaching into the magic bag. He's got something. Fuck together now. The Lenovo?
Gary Sack.
It's the Legion Go.
The Legion Go. There it is. Jeez,
You can download all your Game Pass games on here natively right now. Like, I don't know what people have to wait for.
Yeah. If anything, I would get a
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. It's got Windows 11 on it and everything.
So what are the major ones right now? So you got Steam Deck, which is mostly Steam. So then you said that's the Lenovo Legion Go. Doesn't Asus have one? The ROG Ally, right?
ROG. Yeah.
What else is there? Isn't there one by is it Logitech or somebody has one?
Acer has one, but I can't remember what the name is.
I can't remember the name of it.
Dell was supposed to make one years ago called the UFO, and
Dell's still in business.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, yeah.
Wow, that's like telling me Gateway is still in business. Remember Gateway Computer?
Gateway.
Oh yeah, dude.
But and then just like even Perry was saying too, it's like with a lot of those you can get your Xbox games on there. I mean, the shit's on PC already, day and date. Why would they? I mean, Xbox is gonna do what Xbox is gonna do, as long as they're putting out the games, it don't matter. But I think it would be really silly for them to try and go up against the Switch this year. But then again,
it's that year to do that, and you the Switch and Grand Theft Auto at the same time.
I feel like that would probably be like the most Xbox thing to do would be go against all that.
It would be. I don't disagree with you.
As a track record, right
there. Get Game Pass on the Nintendo Switch. If they can make a deal with Nintendo for that, that's going to be huge.
They're going to have a lot of games.
That will be a game changer.
Game over.
Right? That's a game changer. Nintendo Switch will definitely run away with shit.
Oh, hell yeah. And I think a lot of people will forget real quick about, it's only PS4 specs, right?
Yeah.
If it's got Game Pass on there, ain't nobody going to give a shit. And you're going to have a lot of people who make a lot of YouTube videos all of a sudden preaching and praising Nintendo Switch 2 if that happens, right?
Oh yeah, they will.
Well, it's definitely an incentive to buy one. Whether it's everybody's going to have a difference of opinion, but I definitely think it would make the Nintendo Switch very, very attractive.
Oh, for sure. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I think it's a damn good idea.
I know Xbox has kind of toyed with that idea in the past. The question is, Nintendo's going to want to know how it works for them. Well, it'd be easy. You're going to sell even way more hardware. And if you're selling more hardware, you're going to sell more of your first-party titles. That simple. But I think the difference is that Game Pass is going to allow like the older crowd to kind of enjoy Nintendo Switch a bit more, as opposed to have always been more focused on families and kids. Whereas like older guys like us would be like, I got a Switch and I'm playing all my fucking cool-ass games on Game Pass. Now, Nintendo might also think, well, if I put Game Pass on here, are we going to sell less of our own games because people will be like, well, why would I fucking buy a Nintendo game when I can just pay $20 a month and fucking have all these games on Game Pass, right?
Well, because you're not going to get that Nintendo experience on Game Pass. You're not going to get your Mario and your Zelda. People who buy Switch, the people who buy Nintendo products want Nintendo products. They want Mario, they want Zelda, they want Metroid, all that shit. So they're still going to pay up for that. It's just that little extra bonus if you get Game Pass on there, because now they can play, Game Pass games. And then, like you said, you'll get the older crowd who may not be interested or claim they're not interested. I mean, obviously, Nintendo's selling these games. That it's not just kids buying these games. Let's be realistic.
No.
But, now you'll get people who say, oh, now it feels more adult because I can play my Game Pass stuff on it.
The Switch is the Switch 2, and I'm sorry to say this, and it's true, will be one of those consoles where people will stand in line to get. They ain't gonna order it online. Yeah. They're not gonna try to do no online thing. They are going to reserve it at any store, Best Buy, GameStop, all of them. And Walmart.
I'd stand in line if I had to. Hell yeah, I would switch.
Yeah, I had my phone off for like 2 months.
It'd be cool too. Like there's not many
people will camp out to buy that. Like
we camping out.
Is the Switch 2 going to have enough power? Is the Switch 2 going to have enough power to actually run Xbox games though?
Yeah, it'll be more
powerful. Or is it because it's all through the cloud that we just need an internet connection?
No, you're going to be able to download it. It won't be at the top end of graphics or nothing like that, but they will be able to play the games natively with the programming that they're putting into it. Because if I remember, I don't know if they're using NVIDIA or what's called, because Nintendo's used to using NVIDIA for their stuff. So, but since it's all going to be 86 architecture, that'll give them better graphics for their newer games, like the newer Zeldas and stuff like that. It'll be easier to program for. So I can see them staying there and then they're recoding the games for their system. I can see that happening. Just like they recode games for people on PC. They adapted and adjusted for that coding. So I can see Nintendo taking off good time. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. All I know is they better have better online and stop using numbers and use names.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I agree with that. Say, if Xbox does make a dedicated handheld, has the Xbox logos and shit on it, and it's it feels and looks kind of like an Xbox product per se, then I'm still like I don't have any of those handhelds now except for the Switch 2. So this would be my ultimate portable gaming console then, if they are to make one. So I will save my money for theirs over the competition, just because like I said, I'm an Xbox guy, and I would think that it'll be set up in a way that's very familiar to us as long-term Xbox fans. So hopefully there's some benefits to the UI and the infrastructure and probably being a little more seamless in terms of the software and stuff. So yeah, I'd be up for one. But I also hope that it has like native hardware, and what I also mean, it means it has storage, because I don't want to fucking be relying on every single game to be cloud operated. Like I want to be able to download something to it. If I buy a game, I want to be able to play it on there, because I don't want to be tied into that where You got to have fucking amazing connect. Like it's like my or what do you call it? My Portal, right? My PlayStation Portal. I love the device, but fuck, my internet is so fucking spotty all the time. I can barely ever play the thing without like 20 minutes is perfect. The next second is fucking my games are in like 360p and chugging like a motherfucker. Like I can't stand it.
Here's what you're gonna
my
love.
Internet is up and down. Like if you don't have consistent internet, the device almost becomes fucking retarded and irrelevant because you can't download shit to it.
Yeah.
Right.
Here's what you're gonna love, New. If they do coincide and work with Microsoft, you might be in Microsoft servers. And if they do integrate the Game Pass, you will have Xbox Party Chat. So you'll be able to talk to people. And if they team up on that part of it,
oh man,
well, we're doing it
that's
in a new
cool
way.
too. Yeah, Xbox
That
Party
would be
System.
perfect for the
That's a
Switch.
huge get. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's about ease of use too, because there's some people that, you're going to go out and which handheld do I buy? There's 3-4 different handhelds. How do you know what's the best? Are you going to be able to easily play all your games? Some people, yes. Some people, they don't want to deal with it. And you would rather just wait till you have, the Xbox branded handheld because then it's going to be simple. It's just like you turn on your console, you play the game. And I think that there's a large market of people that's what they want. The true gamers are going to seek it out and they'll play whatever. But there's a lot of people that, they just want to plug it in and they want to go.
Absolutely.
There's only one thing I want them to do. If Xbox makes a handle, well, two things, but I ain't going to get one of them. But make it where you got to swap out, where if you want to go on the go and make it where put a program in there where that'll work with your SD card in the back of your console. You just take it out, put it in the handheld, play your game. It's already loaded, and go.
I like that.
You know, because I wish it could come with a. Like I said, my main thing I wish for is a cellular SIM. You know, a cellular SIM card. You know,
SIM card slot. Yeah,
right. SIM card slot. If they did that, what does it? SIM card slot. What the? But a card that can read cellular data, you just slap it in. You can play it on the go. Ain't got to worry about nothing. You can download on the go, and you can play online beautifully. You know, that's a slap that I want one of these people to develop. It isn't hard, and those things do not cost that much. You can do it with that. Well, that's different. That's a charging port.
Yeah, in the case. You don't have to take it out
cool,
of the case.
That's nice.
It's good.
That's pretty sweet.
I got that with my personal Elite controller. But yeah, I mean,
you can use your Elite controller on here.
Ooh,
yeah,
wow,
pretty dope.
Cool.
Oh yeah, that's right, Bluetooth. But you know, that would make life so much. You don't have to worry about anybody hacking into your stuff because you're on your own data, sitting at a cafe. Hey, what happened to all my information? Where my credit card stuff go? What? I don't have to worry about that with a built-in SIM card. You know, that'd be sweet. And you could use it anywhere. The cellular data is so much easier if you're driving across country and you want to play something. You know what I'm saying? Or watch Netflix.
In a car? In a bar? Smoking pot?
So show of hands, though. Xbox makes it portable. Who's buying one?
It depends on the specs.
Who am I kidding? Of course we're going to get them.
Depends on the price.
I want
this thing was $750.
Yeah, Perry has everything, so I'm going to count him in.
I just want my Xbox library to be brought over so I could download whichever one I wanted.
Now listen, what if they can bring your library over, but like the Xbox 360 games, they're like, oh yeah, you can only stream those. Would that affect?
They've been working on that. They've been working on that, Perry, where you can take your purchase games, even the 360
but that's
games.
what I want.
That's what they're saying.
You
know, they say a lot of only 4 games.
Fucking divide in this whole thing. Like,
I
can be as cool as possible, but if I'm not bringing my games over, I might hold off for a little bit.
Oh, I could play a lot of them with console stream. because I used to console stream my games all the time on my phone. See, people don't know it's not just
a lot of those 360
Game
games on
Pass
Steam
Cloud.
anyway.
Yeah, it's not right. It's not just the Game Pass Cloud. You can console stream your own console. Your console is on. You could be anywhere in the city and wherever and stuff like that. And if you tap console stream, you can play your games that you own, even some of the 360 games. So you've been able to do that, but they don't ever advertise that.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They don't talk about the things that they can do. Dumb Microsoft. Stupid.
Mendel says, I'll probably buy a Steam Deck 2 before I buy the Xbox One. May think differently if it's actually produced by Microsoft. If it's third party, though, and it comes out too soon, nah.
No, I want a Microsoft. I want an Xbox Microsoft warranty. Screw that. Because Microsoft warranties, they don't play. Unlike everybody else, it's a pain in the you know what, especially like from Asus. Oh, that's a pain in the ass to deal with them for warranty shit. You know,
don't buy anything
Microsoft, they warranty it. They warranty their stuff. That's one thing I can say about them. All right, bro, what's wrong with it? Okay, wipe it out, send it in. We'll send you another one. They still do that to this day.
Gotcha. Well, that's good. That's always good to know because some people stand by their products. Thank God they do. They didn't stand by the 360 back when the Red Rings of Death happened. The Xbox One wouldn't have even existed. So who wouldn't have got this far?
Yeah, well, the minute you sign into your Xbox, Microsoft, it gets registered in the service. So you know it automatically. They already know whose it is, and it's registered. They know when you bought it. They know when you activate it. So all they gotta do is pull it up. How long the console's been out, Newf? You know, and how long have you had it for? To hold to that 2-year warranty, and then they'll replace it for anything.
Nice.
So yeah, unlike the other people, no names. Try and return something to them. Yeah.
All right. Any further thoughts on that? So do you guys think it will happen in 2025? Do you think it's realistic that we get an Xbox portable at least this year?
2027. There's no rush on it. There's no rush on it.
I don't think we get a portable this year. I really don't. But
I'll say 26.
You could get a licensed portable by the end of the year.
Yeah, a license could happen, but a dedicated one from Microsoft itself, I'm not sure about.
No, 26. 26.
Late 26.
I don't know, man. I don't know if they're going to make a
Holiday
dedicated one.
26.
Who knows?
Oh, they'll probably
I still want to see where the market goes yet. And plus, if they're planning to build like another console itself, a set-top box, that's also going to weigh into the equation. So, you know, when you bring too much stuff out too quick, it confuses people, and then there's only so much money to go around, right? You got to let one have a chance to breathe before the other one can hit the ground running. So,
yeah, I think the new console will come out first, Newf. I think the new console will come out first before the handheld.
It's just one of them things where it's like, did we not learn the lesson from Sega, right?
Sega!
Yeah, exactly.
Sega!
You want to get Game Pass everywhere. A portable makes
do Mario, right? I mean, Sonic, right?
Well, you know, funny thing is, you know.
Oh God, you know what?
Cool.
Too much stuff. You got way too much stuff.
This came tonight.
Oh, and it ain't even been out. Ooh, that is a collect, and it's a blue one. Ooh, that is a collector's item, and it still got the receipt on it.
I just got it today. It came in the mail.
Oh man, I thought you had that a long time.
No,
yeah,
that's cool. I love it. That's awesome.
Don't be faking people out like that. You know she's gonna wear it before you, right?
All right. Well, we're at that point of the show, guys. It's time to bring in some special guests. Get your questions ready. We got Arnold, we got Cletus, we got Safe House Sam, and yes, Handy Andy is in the building somewhere. So if you got questions for anyone, we'll leave Handy Andy for last since he'll have to come in and make a special appearance. But anyone got a question for the other guys?
Arnold,
I want Handy the crack addict.
Ooh. Okay, we said we got one for Arnold.
Yeah. When is your dedicated made handheld coming out?
Ooh.
Well, first of all, I wanted to say that right now I'm working on the logistics behind the scenes, and I'm trying to get all of the stuff together. I'm just waiting for, of course, enough powerful CPU, one that was very equivalent to the CPU that was in the T800. We've got to be able to make sure that we're not only killing it in software, but we're going to kill your family if you're not playing a fucking video games. Is what it's going to be. So we got to work on a whole lot of shit like that. We'll just spy on you and listen to you and feel your haptic feedback as you touch in my soft controller nipple-like functionalities. And this is what I want for you. So, man, it's going to be the best creative console ever. As a matter of fact, I've even took some advice from Newf, and they're going to make one of the controllers. It's going to feel like a tit because the guys will love that.
Hey, Arnold, if they change the rules where you didn't have to be born in the U.S., would you run for president? I'd vote for you, even though you're a Republican.
Of course I'd run, but who would not vote for me? I mean, of course, you want to vote for the guy that you can barely understand, the guy that's been in the United States for how many years and still can't get rid of his accent. Yes, it's going to be of course.
You're going to handpick all the maids in the White House.
Maids in the White House. Yes, I'm going to give a brand new meaning to the word Secret Service.
I'd buy that for $1.
More like the secret sauce.
I'd vote for you, Arnold.
All right, we got a question coming in courtesy of Frank.
Cletus, what lengths would you go to get the money to buy the Xbox handheld?
Here. That's a fantastic question that he asked out there. That you don't even want to know how far I could go to get money for. It really depends on how much it's going to cost. I mean, I don't trust these guys over there in them big companies. They like to charge an awful lot of money for fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you, I'd stick my hand so far up a goat's ass. Let me tell you, I could pull a hair. What the fuck is that? A Jack Black's ass? See, now I could stick my finger up Jack Black's ass if I get some money for that console.
Goddamn.
Hey, Safe House. How you been doing, buddy? Ain't heard you in a while. What you been getting into or putting it into?
Save us just a sec. We got a couple coming in courtesy of Super Chats. This one from our good friend AC.
Yeah.
Hey, Arnold, what do you think of the Orange Man?
He is exactly that. He is an orange man. And he needs to go find himself, without his money, his resources. He needs a better to pay. And he also needs to stop. He's got to dial back the fucking machine when he gets in the tanning salon because he's turning colors. It looks like his two eyeballs. It looks like somebody would put a jizz around his eyes because they're so fucking white. He needs to, he needs to ease up a little bit, Maybe he needs to get out, he needs to take some time and maybe he needs to get the oxygen out of a casket like Nosferatu or something like that to clear his brain cells.
Ready for Safe House?
We got another one coming in, courtesy of RWK.
Arnold, if the game Made a Field was made, when would it take place?
Made a Field.
What would be the plot?
The plot, if it was a Battlefield game called Made a Field, where the Made a Field is going to be, of course, it's going to be just filled with exotic maids, and it's going to be like PUBG. They're going to have to come down, and you're going to have to take your team, and you're going to have to navigate the entire battlefield. And of course, they're going to be very ugly at first, and they're going to be fully clothed. But as you get towards the end of the game, they're going to get very sexy and very seductive, and you might want to take a detour, or you can keep going for the objective. But whatever, at the end of the day, they're going to kick your ass, they're going to steal your money, and they're going to probably divorce your ass because that's exactly what most of them want to do. But it'll be a fun game. I promise you want to play that with your friends.
Hey, Safe House.
All right, Safe House.
Safe House, could you get your alien friends to come and abduct the Orange Man and give him a nice big anal probe?
My fucking alien friends don't
My alien friends, they've been down and they already seen my ass. They don't want no more to do it. But let me tell you, they don't want nothing to fucking do with fucking humans. Let me tell you, aliens are smarter than that. They smart enough to get to this planet. Let me tell you, they see the shit that they're fucking going down here and they ain't happy. Let me tell you right now, if they had the power to divert a fucking asteroid and land on this sumbitch wasted asshole fucking planet, they would fucking do it. Let me tell you right now, honest to God, because fucking stupidity right now is at an all-time high. How the fuck can we live in a world where we got Google, we got information at our fingertips, and people are so fucking stupid? Like, seriously. What the fuck? Honest to God. Right? Like, honestly, politics has gone off the fucking deep end. You don't trust a goddamn word anybody said. I don't give a fuck what party they fucking represent. They're all a bunch of fucking scumbags stealing money outside of your fucking feet and sending it all over the fucking place. Just like Perry up there choking on that fucking poltergeist penis. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Oh my God.
You know,
Wow.
I don't fucking want aliens don't want to fucking do what fucking hurt. Let me tell you that right now.
I hit a nerve with Snape House, boy.
All right, we got a question for Handy Andy, so I'm going to have to go and round Mr. Handy Andy up here. Give me a sec. Bear with me now. Sure. Where you at, Andy? Oh my God! Oh my God! I love pink pickles. It's the white birthday. Pickles.
Oh, hey.
Pickles. I'm coming. Don't worry, I'm coming. Oh, not coming. Oh,
Howdy ho.
Oh man, the screen's gonna come on and Newf's gonna be covered in white paste.
He's going to have to apologize. This doesn't usually happen.
I made a mess of myself. I have to clean up. I look like a honey bun.
All right.
Show yourself, Andy.
Hey everybody, yeah, we got a fucking question. It's good to see everybody back for the second week in a row. I feel fucking special.
Yeah.
Wow, you got Jack Black on the fucking panel, and you got a fucking ball game in the corner of the panel, and you got an actual female. Holy fuck, you guys should feel honored. Holy shit.
We're moving up.
What was that question? What's the question? Andy, what? From Stevie Mac.
What advice do you have for Kojima on trying to escape Jeff Keighley's sex dungeon so Death Stranding 2 releases on time?
Oh my God. How do you escape Jeff Keighley's sex dungeon? The only way he's escaping Jeff Keighley's sex dungeon if he sodomizes himself and gets rid of his penis. Because Jeff Keighley, I've already heard right now, that man, when he gets his grips on you, he can fucking circumcise you with the fucking his braces. Let me tell you.
Jesus.
I don't know. Newf's hand is already bad enough up my ass. I'd hate to see what Jeff Keighley's fucking hand up anybody's ass would feel like. But I think Kojima knows exactly what Jeff Keighley's hand up his ass feels like. That's how Death Stranding came about. That, you know what Death Stranding basically was? It's after you have one of those fucking date rape drugs or fucking you're just fucking walking across the fucking universe fucking what's going on with me, man?
Andy, what do you think about the rumor that Keighley and Kojima put their penises in a Chinese what is it?
Finger trap?
Finger trap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about that rumor?
It's the same as, when you cut the bottom off a fucking cigar. Those two guys are like fucking Chinese fortune cookies, man, except they have no idea what they're in for. Oh my God. Those two guys, they're just fucking, they're weird, man. Like, I even seem normal compared to them. But guaranteed, I'm sure he's going to show up the Game Awards again this year. Holy Jack Black, you're looking fucking snazzy. Between you and Garfield in the back, I don't know who's got the bigger pussy.
Hey, Andy, I want to know how you escaped from the white whale that Captain Ahab was trying to get. That's why I heard you disappeared for a while.
I figured its butthole from the inside out. He had to fart really bad, and he just set me flying. I was like, boop! Oh, there I go! All right, last question. You're wicked hot. You look like you've got a question up your ass. What's going on? Maybe Pink Pickles has got a question for Handy Andy. Girls always got the most intelligent questions. Guys ask the really dumb ones.
Ooh, let's see.
Oh God, I totally don't have any intelligent questions at all.
That's all right. He's not that
Just the
intelligent.
look of horror on your face.
You should ask him.
Pink,
would he do something for X amount of dollars?
Pink Pickles, do you like my glasses? Do you like my hair? Like, do you think I'm like all suave?
Oh yeah, that hair is totally your style there. You're like you're like a nerdy emo kid. You gotta flip your bangs out.
Yep, that's right. Where are you?
It used to be Fred, by the way.
Oh, I love you, Fred. I love you, Fred. Give me head. Give me heads and Fred. Give me heads and Fred. Ah. Jack Black is in the camera. His head's disappearing. Look, you can see right there in his guardian. Oh.
Hey, Handy Andy, if you were a school teacher, what would you teach the kids?
It would have to be sex education. I would do it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know if you can legally answer that question.
If you're teaching sex ed with your pants off, nobody is going to take you seriously. They're just going to die laughing, and it's going to be the most popular class.
The kids are going to be like, "Excuse me, Mr. Handy Andy, do we all need to take our pants off to learn this procedure?"
Absolutely. We have to take measurements. If you are the shortest
principal walks in,
you have to sit at the back.
You are the weakest.
Only big boobs and big penises get up front.
God, dude.
God, that's a massive gut.
Oh, real.
Hey, guys, have a good night. See you later. It was awesome.
Bye,
Catch you next
Andy.
night. Bye.
Bye, Handy. Jack Black. Jack Black. Jack Black.
Well, that was fun, guys. Hope you enjoyed Handy Andy. Yes.
Hot. Jack Black.
Jack Black is in the building.
You trying to show with his armpits or something? What's going on?
I don't know.
You just fucking
okay. Now I'm
taking
going
it
to
all
play.
in.
Thinking somebody's got a fetish out there for some Jack Black.
Somebody's
Now
got
Jack
a
Black.
I'm
fat
going to
plastic
play
man.
Brutal Legends.
We motorboat you.
Oh, man.
Bring me Brutal Legends too now.
Anyway, everybody, it's been a fantastic show this evening. Thank you so much for being here on episode 21. We'll be back again with you next Tuesday. Let's let everybody get out of here and enjoy the rest of their night and go back to playing some video games. Let's start with our amazing guest tonight, Pink Pickles. It was a pleasure to have you back on the show. Glad that you could entertain us and come back and let people know where they can catch up with you and your lovely little podcast that you have on the go.
Yes, thank you for having me. It's always fun. You could check me out on my own channel, Pink Pickles, on Thursdays at 9, where I just play games, and it's completely random what game I'm gonna pick to play. And then on Sunday nights at 9, you could find me on 4GQ TV with Death Dealer for our Majestic Mayhem podcast, where we always have some entertaining topics to go over.
Indeed, indeed. Nice. Sir X-Man. Where can people find you hanging out, sir?
Let's see. Wednesday, I'll be on Wasted with Wise on at 5:00 p.m. Central.
When did he move his show? I thought it was always on Fridays.
No, it's on Friday. I said Friday.
Oh, I thought you said Wednesday. Okay. So.
Yeah, see, I thought I heard Wednesday too.
I gotta have some days off. I can't do back to back.
Senile.
Bad. I'm not going senile. And they got a pill for that now anyway, just in case.
Losing it.
It's okay. It's okay, X-Man. Let's go back to bed.
What's that pill?
It's very funny. On Saturday, you'll see me on the Dragons Den with 108 Dragons. And back here next Tuesday with Newf and the rest of this motley crew after dark gaming.
Boy.
Busy man.
Oh boy.
You're wicked hot. Let people know where you're hanging out, brother.
All right. Well, you guys can find me on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, and Jesus Christ, fucking
You just brought the show down.
Yeah, you just fucking fainted on it.
The camera's dented.
I think he's dehydrated.
Mouth to mouth. But yeah, no, you can find me here every Tuesday, baby. 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, gaming after dark. I'll catch y'all later.
Blackjack had way too much beer. Look at him.
Call him Blackjack, dude? The hell is it?
About to kill over. He's about to kill over Blackjack. That's funny.
Jesus.
Where are you hanging out at, Proto?
The usual haunts, you know, Twitter, YouTube, PlayStation, Xbox, all the usual places. And of course, you'll find me here every Tuesday night on Gaming After Dark.
Absolutely. Last but not least, the GameComplainers, one of the busiest guys that I know. Well, where can people catch up with you, bro? What's
Every
next?
Wednesday night between 9:30 and 10 p.m. Eastern for the GameComplainers podcast with myself, Fred, Frank, and Anthony. And that's pretty much it.
Go check them out, guys. Make sure you follow the channel. Make sure you follow all these guys, at least on social media, so you can catch up with what they're doing and say hello once in a while. And hit that like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. You know, I don't say much about this. I don't make a lot about it, but I would just, I don't know. I have a personal milestone, and I just like to hit the 2,000 subs mark. I know it seems very insignificant, but it's just like I've been sort of stuck at fucking 1,700 for like I don't fucking even know how long. It's like it just died. I don't know. It's weird. It's just one of those personal things. At the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and mope about it. I just like to hit the 2K for a change. So tell your friends, the people in here, hit that like, subscribe. It can't be that fucking bad, am I? But anyway, I appreciate all the people who do subscribe, the people that give me 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes every day to come watch this channel, and of course, watch the people that I bring on my channel because they're fantastic people. It's all about gaming. Yeah, some of us are very passionate, and our opinions aren't always popular, but at least they're honest and they're true, and we're not here blowing smoke up your ass, and we're not here bullshitting you with clickbait topics and a load of shit. We're just chilling, talking games, and having a fun time doing it. We hope that you're also, the people watching, either in the chat or the people that catch us on the replay, are also enjoying what you've seen. But yeah, leave your comments as well, and if you ever like to be a guest on the show, make sure you send me a DM, and I'll certainly do my best to try to create 300 counts tonight and join you. Some people pretty much do. But anyway, we greatly appreciate all your support. We look forward to seeing you back here again next week. And until then, take care, have fun, and most importantly, game on. Thanks, everybody. And no post-game show. No post-game show this week, guys. We're actually out this time. See you, Jack Black.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, that was funny last week.
It was pretty funny.
Take your booty.